I want to describe the new and innovative approach to food assistance developed by NSS Inc. in 2023. This was made possible through ordering online with the custom software from SmartChoice.life Analytics. We think about the global or ecological problem of elderly nutrition and food insecurities in our services, particularly special diets, disability and mobility limitations, and poor oral health. Most older adults have special dietary concerns and requirements, such as most of them are physiological changes that occur with aging that affect eating and nutritional status. These are of two types. One, mechanical oral issues, such as loss of teeth, gum infections and recessions, decrease in saliva, and problems with swallowing and choking. Secondly, there are changes in digestive processes, such as a decrease in enzyme levels, for instance, lactase, so people become lactose intolerant and develop gluten sensitivity. There's a change in microflora and inflammation that causes an increase in the incidence of inflammatory bowel syndrome. Our clients are activated on the pantry by being evaluated between a registered dietitian nutritionist and the client to determine foods that match dietary concerns, requirements, and food allergens. You can see on the profile page that the restricted eligibility would designate what dietary restrictions they have, what food allergies they have, and the dietary concerns, the certain foods they want to eliminate on their shopping list. We have about 400 shelf-stable items and another 100 to 150 refrigerated and frozen items that can be selected from in our inventory. This page shows what happens when we enter each item into the inventory. Here again, we assess the item for dietary restrictions. Here you can see the ground beef is gluten-free, lactose-free, low sodium, low sugar, and low cholesterol. And it can be used in special diets that are low sodium, sugar-free, low cholesterol, gluten-free, and lactose-free. Over in the lower left, there's a nutrition score, color-coded with green, yellow, and red, which indicates the value, the nutrition value. This is the shopping page that the client sees. There are 6 categories based on my plate, food categories, and an item and an itemized list at the top for today's special, where you can group items into menus. So items can be selected for specific meal preparations. As the client goes through the categories, the items they choose are selected and appear over on the right with the nutritional score emblem, the points they're spending, and as they draw down on the points, the number of points left appear in the colored box corresponding to the colored category of the food. Here is an example of what the shoppers would see if they're on low sugar filters on their on the inventory. For instance, if they have low sugar, they can select bananas, mixed light fruit, or mixed light peaches. If they're a regular shopper, they see canned apricots, canned mandarin oranges, canned peaches, and dates. Another feature of the SmartChoice.life pantry is that you can set up swap items to suggest more nutritious food when a certain food item appears. For instance, ground beef. Um, when they click on ground beef, they get a pop-up that says you have an option of swapping regular ground beef for plant-based ground beef. Would you like to swap? If you hit yes, then you get a pop-up for the ground plant-based beef, which has fewer purchase points. So you can add that to your cart, and with fewer points, you have more points to spend for other items that you might like to have in your cart. The orders appear at the NSS food warehouse, and custom labels are printed in this nice little printer. Orders are continually assembled and scheduled for deliveries. Volunteers select items from the pantry, warehouse shelves, refrigerators, and freezers, and package with labels specific for the order and packed up for delivery by volunteers. The NSS Food Pantry program began in 2017, but it switched into client choice at the end of the pandemic in 2021 and has been operating for 2 years. It shows a leadership in food pantry operations with dietitian design, management, and financing. Food as medicine should be part of senior daily living. And we think we can do this in the community by setting up community satellite sites and using dietary filters on the shopping list to meet the special dietary needs of seniors that need special delivery food services. We specialize in the delivered packages of client choice healthy foods, and there's no time limit for pantry participation. The challenge in food assistance for NSS in 2023 is to provide quality food assistance during inflation and predicted food shortages. The difference in NSS Inc. Food Pantry program has allowed for this going forward because it is independent. It's an e-commerce food warehouse base of operation, so we can accumulate food supplies as they become available and store them and hand them out in limited quantities on demand to enforce nutrition balance over extended periods. We are sustainable because this method of operation shows greater sustainability and desirability by granting foundations. We think that this program is very adaptable to the food as medicine initiatives that are sweeping the country at this time. Most of these food as medicine pantries deal from the standpoint of wellness, fresh fruit and vegetables, lean meat and fish, and low fat dairy. But because this program is linked to dietetic practices, we can do medical nutrition therapy or MNT. We think this is a special addition because the food and senior client cannot afford healthy foods at the grocery store to be compliant with a dietitian's recommendation during the therapy session. NSS strategies for better client MNT compliance involves satellite NSS Inc. pantries at medical clinics for placement of prescribed MNT orders online. This does not involve an on-site pantry, but placement of orders at the clinic for delivery later on to the client's home. We also could supply walk-in MNT shopping and client choice pantries associated with medical clinics and supply the foods from the NSS Inc. centralized food warehouse, which strives to only accumulate and manage high quality foods. So where are we going from here? First of all, we want to do more research, and the software enables research objectives in very, very strong ways. We can demonstrate changes in eating behavior for healthier diets by older adults. Remember our swap feature? And we have a complete order history for each diet that the client orders as long as they are in the pantry. We can demonstrate changes in health outcomes, SDOH, by the long-term use of participation on the pantry. And we can demonstrate better racial equity in healthcare and health outcomes by showing that there are fewer doctors' visits, fewer incidences of hospitalization, days in rehabilitation, and biometric indicators of health, um, such as lowering of blood pressure and blood lipids. So these are ways that we can show objectively that these good diets, these food as medicine diets, are best for older adults and actually other people in the community that have health problems. The overall healthcare objective would be to get third-party payments for the medical practitioners that participate in this network: doctors, naturopaths, dietitians, and APRNs. And ultimately, we would like to see third-party payments for the food that we're giving and stocking in these pantries. We have been very successful over the time we have existed from 2017 to present day. We've had foundation help and help from the community block grants. We were successfully awarded a community nutrition grant from the T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies to encourage the use of plant-based foods. We had great success in the Emergency Food and Shelter Program and the Special Cares and ARPAR awards. We have received awards from the Connecticut Department of Agriculture for capacity building and also from Connecticut Food Share for equipment and capacity building. And most important of all, direct public support from individual donors and community and religious organizations. Here is this is who we are. This is our team. We have a staff and volunteers headed by Lourdes M. Perez, our CEO. We have a transport crew, an on-site ordering and delivery crew, a packing crew, and a delivery crew. We have a very large board of officers and directors headed by myself, Sandra Kops, as president and founder. And as you can see, we have many people with doctorates in the biological sciences, biomedical sciences, and social workers. So we're a pretty good team, and there's room for more people who would like to step up and join at any level. So please reach out to us and stay tuned for more about our program. Thank you and talk to you soon.